Good evening. I'm short and midgety. That's right. Hey, I'm gonna do a quick box opening. Um, Normally I'd be painting when I say I'm doing painting, but this is for painting. For this is like the next mini that I plan to paint is right here. So we're gonna go ahead and we are going to show these off. All right. So these are Reaper minis. I just bought them. They just came in today. So, but these are like a few minis that I wanted to get. I'm at their minimum dollars. You get the free mini of the month. Reaper does a free mini of the month. They actually give you like 3 or 4 free minis every month. So if you buy like $40 worth of stuff, they'll give you like 3 or 4 other minis. So you end up getting a pretty good deal regardless. Because even if you're paying, $8 or $9 a mini, you get, you buy 4 minis, and say you buy 4 minis and they come out to, now at hobby have to be 5, so you spend $45, you buy 5, probably gonna have to buy more than that because their minis aren't usually $9. You do have a couple that are more expensive, but the majority of them are like 6, so you might end up buying 6 or 7, but you have to get to that $40 minimum. If you get to $40, then they give you like the free mini of the month, which is usually like a Bones Black. It's one of their better, higher quality plastic minis. And then they also have like these 2 or 3 other things. So you'll actually get like you might buy 7 $6 minis. Some of them are cheaper, some of them are more. So it'll probably be about $6 a piece. So you get about 7 of those. Then you get about 3 other minis. So you get about 10 minis, at least 10 minis when you buy from them. And they'll give you, and you end up getting, like what, $4 a piece. Still pretty good. It might even be less. I mean, let's see. Let's see how many I actually got because I spent like $40 some. My invoices in here. This is American dollars. So if you're buying from Reaper and you're doing it from Timbuktu, another country, Timbuktu, which actually what is in Africa? It's actually a place. so yesterday I got raided, like Twitch raided, and I didn't even notice. It was like 5 minutes before I was going to sign off, and so I stopped paying attention to my stream, to my text, and so I said, "You got to put like alerts in and other stuff." And I finally decided to go do it. So I put two new stream alerts. All they are is one for Twitch and one for YouTube. For now, I'll add more if these work. Somebody's going to have to come and follow me. So follow me while I'm live, obviously, because it ain't going to mean squat if it happens otherwise. Also, it's October, and so with October they give you their ghoulie bag, the Reaper ghoulie bag, which has a ghoul in it. That's their special character of the month. This little ghoul character with a couple of bottles of paint, which is nice because those are about $2-3 a piece, and a whole bunch of candy. So that's their ghoulie bag. If you their monthly thing. What do they give me? Let's see, Dungeon Slime and Nightmare Black, of course. So I got me some Dungeon Slime and Nightmare Black. I may have to try to use that on the ghoul, maybe. I also decided to buy the Succubus. I don't have enough female bad guys, female demons, female monsters. A lot of them, they're kind of asexual looking, like you wouldn't know. I mean, you just assume they're men. They're evil males, but they don't necessarily have to be. You don't know because there's no way to know. So, but there are creatures and such that that could look feminine or more female-like, and I don't have very many. I just have a lot of male-ish bad guys. Now again, animals, bears, goats, birds, that kind of stuff. You wouldn't know if they were male or female anywhere, and it doesn't matter. It's not like they're gonna put their privates on there. Most won't. So I mean, they'd have to be kind of humanoid, And those are the ones I only have mostly males. I got mostly male humanoids. So this is a demon, this succubus. Succubuses are almost always female, aren't they? But so I got this one because why not? I needed a female one. And I also finally wanted to get me some mushroom men, or what do they call them? Myconids. And so I did pick this up, which is a triple myconid set. They're pretty cool. There's some pretty good ones on Reaper too. Oh, by the way, I got on Etsy. I mean, and I got some new minis from Etsy that are coming too, so I'll be doing those soon. These are Bones Black. You can tell because they're dark gray. The dark gray ones are Bones Black. They're a higher grade plastic, more sturdy, usually a little less bendy. Although that staff looks kind of bendy. Now this is one of the free ones that we were just able to get. So all right, so I got for basically $44 before tax, and they do charge shipping, by the way. It was like $4 to ship all this. It wasn't that big of a deal. So $44 before tax. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minis plus 4 freebies. The ghoulie bag and these 4. So I basically got 10 minis for $44. Came out to about $4.40 a piece. And you can see that these are 4 free ones. You get the ghoulie bag with 2 bottles of paint. So that's actually 10 minis and 2 bottles of paint for $44. So that's really good, because those are normally like what, $2 or $3 a piece. So if you really think about it, all the things I got in there, I got 12, came out to like 3 something a piece for everything. So basically 2 bottles of paint were normal cost, and everything else was about $3. Pretty cheap. So it's pretty good for minis these days. Let's see here. The Mushroom Man is actually 3 minis, so there's that. And that's actually adding 2 more to the whole total. So anyway, good deal. Oh yeah, and I forgot. I got they gave me this Master Series paint. I didn't even know that was on there. Oh yeah, no, that's on there. Okay. This is like Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's just pink. I don't know what they called it. Breast Cancer Awareness Pink. So, strangely enough, I don't have any really pinks. Yeah, maybe I might have a pink of sorts, but this is like a really light, very pinky pink. Okay, so I got this little. Oh yeah, I got this. Here, let's open that guy up. He's just a regular Bones. He's not gray, so he's not Bones Black. This is part of their Transylvania, Bonesylvanians, and this is Jack, as in Jack-o'-lantern. But I thought it was kind of cool because technically we have a character in our game who's a goblin whose head is turned into a pumpkin. And so this would be him, I think. I think he'll be a perfect fit for the goblin whose head was turned into a pumpkin. And so I might have him be on there. The thing is, in the storyline, he kind of gets. He's kind of a better, a less bad goblin. I mean, he's nicer, but that's because there's this worm eating through his jack-o'-lantern's brain, his pumpkin head. And somehow it's messing with his brain, and he's actually kind of mean, I guess. But this jack-o'-lantern, this worm that's drilling through his head, has him being nice. The party doesn't know that. Shh. And they're trying to help him get this worm out of his head. And so I have this other character who's basically just. He's basically what is it? The headless horseman. He's got a jack head, and I was thinking about if they go through the motions and get him turned back, I'm gonna have him turn into the other guy, who's a lot more evil looking with his pumpkin head and looks like, you know, the Headless Horseman. Bummer, a lot less cool, chibi-ish like this. There's some pretty cool Bonesylvanias. I almost wanted to buy the Dracula, but this one kind of fits our campaign, so I figured I'd go with that one. There's actually a whole bunch of them. I guess they come out with new ones every now and then, every so many years. This is just the ghost that came with it. I'm not probably not going to work on her right now. She's kind of, well, not really a ghost, but like death or something. But because this guy is a contest mini. Now they're doing their quarterly contest, and this is the dude that's been assigned to be dealt with. So he is my next painting project. I got to get him painted for this quarterly contest. I don't expect much, but I want to submit a mini, do a contest mini just for fun. I don't know how long it'll take me. We'll see. Probably, knowing me, probably 8 to 10 hours, and that could take me a couple weeks. But I'm finding that it takes me about 8 to 10 hours to do a mini. And we'll see how well that, if that plays out to be about true again. Just doing this because when I put the flex iron on him, I want it to be smooth so it sticks. So he does have a couple of bits. These are his, what the heck is that? He's got 2 arms? Why does he have 2 arms? He's got 1 arm. Does he have 3 arms? I don't know. He's got an arm for right there and something that goes in his chest. So I didn't know he had an arm that went in his chest. So that's weird. I don't know what to do with that. I may have to look up what he's supposed to look like, because it seems weird that he has a piece that comes out of his chest. But this is my next one that I'm going to paint. So stick around. Not stick around. Probably won't be right now. It's the Cars Carval Leech. But he doesn't have any pictures or anything on him, so I have no idea why he's got an arm that comes out of his stomach. Don't know. Alright, so this was the guy I bought that's actually he's actually a monk, an ogre mage monk. So he's, I mean, he doesn't say he's a monk, but he just says ogre mage. But clearly, look at his hand formation. He's going to be, hey, TDL. Purple. Well, purple. I don't know. Purple? Yeah, there may be some purple in him. Yeah, possibly. I think I can see that for like the ghostliness of him. I'll probably have some like grays. He's a leech though, so you know, not fully. He's not gonna be fully ghosty because he's not really dead. He's an undead. So yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking like, I don't know. My brain is mulling it over. I'm thinking maybe like a rich color. You know, thing is, I've been doing a lot of blues lately. Both Crescent and Tenya were both blue, and so was the no, I guess he wasn't blue at all. So I'm gonna have to go with some other colors: grays, blacks, greens, browns, something like that. Maybe a purple highlight. I haven't decided. It's definitely got to be something. I mean, his crown, probably gonna have to go with the classic gold with the gems. Do some different colors on the gems. But yeah, maybe a don't know, maybe a light purple for his like robes, because they would look like they used to be rich, but then kind of give him a, I don't know, I'm thinking, he's a leech, and they're worn out, like he's like, they've been beaten up because he's been in the ground. So maybe blend them with some brown and dirty kind of looks around the bottoms, so that they look kind of like they're beat up, but yet like they once were really nice robes. So parts of them will look very clean, rich, like a royal purple, and then the rest of it would probably be like faded faded purple with some dirty browns and greens in there, just to look like he's been around too long and doesn't bother with his clothes. Yeah, he's a leech. He's a lich, not a leech. A lich is a little different from a leech. But yeah, I do tend to pronounce those wrong. So this guy, all right, so I have thoughts on him. Okay, so I got him because he's a cool goblin-looking mage, monk, because he's standing in monk form, right? He's getting ready to. I don't even know why he's called a mage. He's a goblin mage, but does that look like a mage form to you? I don't think so. I think he's just more like a big honking goblin. Anyway, I was thinking of my guy who is a shapeshifter. Now he can't shapeshift into large figures, but I'm hoping to get some kind of ability to, like, a large and reduced kind of thing going, where I can become really small, or go up a size or down a size, and I can already go from medium to small as a natural form, as in my changeling. But I thought if I can get me something that like gives me something that lets me up a size or down a size kind of thing, I can go up to a large and turn into this guy. It's like I want him to be like a monk that just all over the place and the kind of creatures he turns into. So that's kind of what I'm working on. But he's level 3 now. I think he's level 3, level 4, and we're moving pretty slow. It could be a year or more before he gets to be anything. Before I get anywhere, we get another level even, and who knows. This is just a chick I thought looked cool. She was one of the freebies, and so I had to pick. So he was kind of a freebie. No, was he a freebie? Yes. They let you pick from a number of things, and I think I had to pick between Dracula and this guy, and I chose him because, like I said, it fits the theme of a character in our campaign. And then this girl was just there, and of the other figures, of the figures on there, she was one of the cooler, potentially cooler looking ones, when you're looking at them painted. I don't know when she'll get painted. She's not really high on my list right now. And lastly, we have Skarnak Hobgoblin. And this guy, I just thought he was cool, and I bought him because I needed to hit the dollar amount to get my freebies. So I bought this guy. He's kind of like he's like a boss hobgoblin, because he's bigger than your typical hobgoblin. Interesting, he's got like the stents on him, so they must have been. Now I think he's a Bones Black, but it's odd because I thought Bones Black were injection molded. It's Reaper Bones, but I could have swore they don't do they don't do what do you call it, resin prints. But this guy looks like a resin print. I mean, he's soft, but since when do they have like these little stent things on injection molded figures? It's even got them on the bottom. Very common for injection molding, or for 3D printed. Huh. Interesting. Interesting, I say. All right. Well, I guess I don't get any new followers to test my new I was trying to go online like at 9 o'clock, so I can get at least 45 minutes in, but that whole thing fell apart when I all right, so I decided finally I got raided last night, and it was right before I signed off, and I was about 5 or 10 minutes before I signed off, and I stopped talking. I didn't notice that I got raided. I don't have any stream alerts on my screen. I didn't at the time, and I was getting ready to sign off, and I looked up, and I'm like, there's a bunch of chats. And I'm like, oh no, sorry guys, I didn't see that I got raided. I'm so mad. And the guys they're saying you need to have like stream alerts and subscription, things like that. I'm like, I know, I need to do that. So today I finally went on. To Stream Elements and created me a follower and a subscriber alert, one for Twitch, one for YouTube. And I was hoping by some miracle somebody would come around today and follow me or stream. Granted, I'm only on for 20 minutes because of stupid problems. Because so one of the things I thought I'd try is their SE Live. SE Live is this add-in that you can put into OBS that it basically shows you all of the activity feed, which I don't really need, because Restream kind of gives me the chat feed, and I think it'll even tell me if somebody follows or whatever on that. But I have to look because it's got no sound. I mean, it probably could have some sound. I should probably look into putting some sound on there. Have it beep or something. But anyway, I put the SE Live on my OBS, and it took over OBS. I couldn't stream anymore to Restream. And I set it up for YouTube. And every time I tried to stream, it kept saying, log into YouTube. I'm like, I don't want to log into YouTube. I just want to go to Restream. Restream will deal with that. And I tried to, maybe I had to log into both. So I tried to go and I set it up I tried to go. So it won't log in because it's the wrong key because I'm logging into Restream. Like, oh, come on. And I couldn't figure out how to uninstall it. There was no uninstall. And then finally I figured out that I had to go to Control Panel directly, uninstall it from there, and then from there, and then it uninstalled. I had to close everything, and then it said, oh, you have to reboot your computer too. It's like, oh, freaking A. I restart my computer. My computer's weird. When it restarts, it's like it won't attach the external monitors the first time, so I have to restart a second time. Second time everything comes on, everything's good. I don't know why it does that. But finally got everything uninstalled, got all my stream alerts in place, and went live. But that was 20 minutes ago. That's all I got. 20 minutes. And I can't stay up late because it's the middle of the week and I gotta go to bed so I can get up and go work out again in the morning. But so yeah, that's my eventful evening. So those are my Reaper minis that I bought. What is this? Role-playing. Look at that, Dungeon Dwellers role-playing game. I didn't know they made a Dungeon Dwellers role-playing game. Fun without drudgery. Focused on the biggest reason we all play RPGs, having fun. Pain-free game mastering. No skills list. Common sense design principles. Easy conversions. Is easily adaptable to almost any other modern RPG system. Flexible magic system. As characters advance, so should their spells. Allow spells to scale as characters' levels go up. Expansions. Huh. So it must be a new thing because it says scan here to be notified at launch. Is that launch of the Kickstarter? Because Reaper likes to do Kickstarters. But I would think it's launched this month, right? I mean, nope, Kickstarter, October 2023. Old school is new again. Huh. Reaper likes to do those. It's a new RPG. It's called Dungeon Dwellers. Reaper's launching it. So D&D competitor. Takes the best part of 40 years of RPGs and combines them into a new system that feels familiar. Huh. Okay, so my review of these figures. I mean, other than just saying why I bought them, I should probably do a quick review because that's what I said I was going to do. Tell you what I really, really think. Give them the magnification test. All right. So this, my ogre mage. Now I'll tell you right now, poorly named, looks nothing like a mage. Looks like an ogre monk. I mean, that's not even a staff. Come on. It's like a karate mage, and oh look, he's got a dude climbing on him. A turtle dude climbing on his back. I don't know. What the heck? It's like a turtle. Okay, that is so weird. That is like one creepy looking turtle dude. He's got like human-esque arms and legs. Esque in that they have scales like turtle might have, but he's got the head of a monkey. He's like a monkey with a turtle shell on his back. And let's see. Now, metal minis. Now these are pretty rare. That's one of the reasons why he costs more than most. He was like $11. Yeah, like $11. But he's a metal mini, so this guy's got some weight to him, heft. But he's got some pretty nice detail to him for sure. You don't see metal minis much anymore. That's a thing. It's hard to say until I prime this what some of this details is, because they just blend in as metal. He's got like a shrunken head, it looks like, hanging off of his pack. And he's got a various number of other bags hanging off. But the detail's very nice. Got decent muscle definition. The chainmail looks very good. It is odd that as a monk he'd be wearing chainmail. But hey, he's big dude. He could probably handle it. And I guess you could paint it to be more like a furry thing. You know, like paint it like a brown, like it's a fur kind of cloak kind of thing. That might work. But he's definitely got a jeweled staff. What is that called? This is not a staff, but a pole arm of some kind. I don't even think that's the right term. But what else we got there? It's just so he's basically just got a cloth protecting his stuff. I don't know what those are behind him. Is that a whole bag of wands? He's got a whole bunch of interesting things on the back there, but I don't know what they are. They like can't be arrows. Wands? I don't know. Okay, he's a mage, right? So he's got to be something magical on him. All right, so he's pretty cool. Very detailed, very sharp. This guy, Bones Black, he's the one I'm going to be painting for the contest. And detail-wise, I got to say, he's about as clean as they come. I mean, a little bit of, you would expect from Bones Black, very, very clean, very sharp. He's got a good firmness to him. Not a guy you feel like he's going to break very easily. Even his staff has got the rubbery to it, but it's solid and straight. Very well done. I still don't understand the deal with these two arms. I don't know if one of them is supposed to be coming out of his chest, or if that's just a hole in his chest. I think that's just a hole in his chest. It's got a hole there. But these don't have the little inserts that would go into his chest. So I think it's just a choice of hands, really. You get a pick. Which is nice, because I could use one of them for what do you call it, a sprue. Do I have a new setup? Kind of. That the app you see on there is my painting app. It lets me track. It's called Brush Rage, and I just did a review on it a couple days ago. It's meant to let you track your projects and the things you're working on. So as you can see, I've only done 3 minis. Those are 3 minis that are done. Can you believe it? 3 that are actually done. I have other done ones, but those are 3 that I finished while using Brush Rage. And then I'll be adding my next one, which will be this guy, will be in there. And then I got others, obviously, that'll be coming along. A lot of them were, like, Lord Cillian was mostly, his basing was done and everything when I started in. Same with Tenya, the Bone Shaper. All of those were partially done when I started, but they got finished on here. Actually, Lord Cillian was the most not done. He had basic primer and stuff on it. But yeah, this guy's going to be fun. Very detailed. Very sharp, very clean. Not a lot of crap. You know, the stuff that you have to scrape off. That's what I call it. This guy's the same. Probably not as much going in the detail area. But he's pretty good. I mean, He's definitely, he's got to be 3D printed. Because look, he's got all these stents, and that is just not an injection mold thing. Now, one thing I will say about this, sorry Reaper, it's not as, it's a nice mini, but it is not very, they didn't clean it up. They just, looks, looks a lot like they basically pulled it off the printer and sent it on its way. Because there's just way too much junk on here. This is definitely not, this is not injection molded. Like I said, I thought all their Bones Black were injection molded, but I guess not. I didn't even know they did resin. Now, if this is resin, I don't know what it is. It's very soft. It doesn't have that brittle, resiny feel. Now, there is a new resin that they've got out now for 3D printers that supposedly is more flexible like this, so it's going to be less of a threat to break and bust and fall apart like so many of the. I mean, as 3D printed figures are very nice. They got super high detail, but they are fragile and brittle as heck, and it can be kind of frustrating how breakable they are. Yeah, so it's a new, yeah, supposedly it's a new material that hopefully they'll start using it more in minis because you handle minis. Very few of them are actually, you know, just put on the shelf. I won't say very few. Some people do just buy them and paint them. I don't know how many. I don't know what the percentages are, but I think in general they're designed to be played with, right? But there is a lot of this on here. I know, Reaper, you do give good prices, but come on, guys. Can you clean them up a little bit? Just a little bit. Get the basics off. At least pretend like you tried to take some of this stuff off, but you pulled it off the printer. Have a basic rundown of your. I like Reaper. Don't get me wrong. Reaper's like one of my favorite companies for paints, and the people are awesome. The people who run run the business. I think the founder died last year or something though, but um, my experience has been that they've just always been really, really a pleasure to do business with. They will, if this was broken in any way, you could write them. They'd send it to you, and they'd probably send you some bonus minis too. That's the kind of their customer service is unbeatable. I mean, you couldn't ask for better customer service. So, yeah, if you ever have a problem with their product, just let them know, and they will bounce right on top of it. Fix things up, man. Don't ever don't don't ever hesitate to buy for them in fear of customer service problems. That's never going to be an issue. So I can forgive a little bit of extra of these stents. Stents are really the least problematic thing to take off of a figure. The thing I don't like is though, like with this material, it's okay, but like with some of the 3D printed minis that you buy, like on Etsy and stuff, they 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 are so fragile. If they leave the stents on some of those fragile bits, they're basically saying, "Oh, we don't want to mess with that. It's all yours, buddy." so so they pad it up, send it to you, and let you have to mess up, and take the stuff off. So if it breaks, it's your fault. It's not cool, man. Not cool. So but if you buy from the right Etsy stores, there's some really good customer service people out there too. They'll just deal with it. So they won't leave you hanging like that. Okay, so here's a weird thing. Now this is this kind of thing that kind of bugs me. Okay, so now this is one of their original minis. This is probably an older one. Yeah, that's probably why it's one of their freebies that they give you. Probably a backstock kind of thing. Um, she's not great. If I gotta say something, she's not great. So this is a sword that is basically it's like a square sword. You know, that looks like, if you look at it from the front, kind of looks like a blade, but if you look around, it's like almost square. It's like, it's not like flat like a blade. As you can see, the hilt of this sucker is bent dramatically. Now you can kind of fix that. Suppose if you heat these up, you can probably hold it in place, get it cold, and maybe get it to stay in place. It's also got a lot of very blended stuff. So out of the injection mold, they did this guy did is very like a lot of junk on this. Okay, so you got this, all this plastic in here. It doesn't even belong. It's not on her. It's not on anything. It's just it's the injection mold couldn't get rid of it. So you're stuck with it, short of removing it yourself. And knowing me, if I started painting this, I'd be trying to cut all this crap out. Just because it drives me nuts to see all that extra plastic in there. So yeah, and you can see I do not know what's going on with the tip of this sword. It's like either this is the point and it's totally bent and melted off, or that's the end of the. It's just plastic, extra plastic that they didn't get off. This is her boot, which is weird. It's like a high heel boot that's just got globs of plastic. Wow, it's like, okay, so like I said, this is probably one of their older minis, and they're just handing them out as their freebies as they try to clear out inventory of the lesser products, and that's why it's freebie. So I didn't buy it; it wasn't there. It looks pretty good online if you look at how people painted them, because most people don't look at them as closely as I'm doing right now. But I'm telling you, this model's not great, not great at all. But again, if it was a 10 years ago model, it might be good for what it was. But this is the kind of reason why people always used to say, "Oh, get metal. Metal's so much better." It's because if you look at this, you can see why they'd say that. This is really not good. I'd almost it's like you can see that her robe stops, but all this plastic underneath here doesn't. So it's like I'd almost want to cut all this out, all the way up to the boot, and then try to cut this off all the way down to here, and try to see if I can do something with the point of the sword, maybe. I don't know. That's a pain. That's gonna be fun. Might be fun just to try to see if I could fix this guy, much less paint it. All right, so that's for down the road though, not high priority right now. All right, so this is another what I would say Bones Black. It doesn't really say Bones Black on most of their Bones Black, but you can go by the color, which is not black. It's just dark gray. But Bones Dark Gray doesn't sound as good, so they don't call it Bones Dark Gray. Bones Gray, even gray. Just the name Gray doesn't sound very good. Let's see now. You can see not a lot of tons of extra plastic with all the modern stuff. Very nicely printed. Got good waves and detail in the cloak. This is actually really nice. Oh, look at that. It's got a very nice skull on the back. It's detailed. You can see the eyes, nose, and even some of the teeth. For something that tiny, that's pretty good. She's got no face, but that's probably about right for a death-like figure. I'm not seeing a lot of junk, so this must be an injection molded one, or they cleaned it. One of the things about Reaper minis is they're supposed to be ready to paint. So you shouldn't have to put primer on them, but you should wash them. Like take a toothbrush, an old toothbrush, and just kind of wash them out under warm water, maybe even a little bit of soap, just to get them rinsed off, because they have like a coating on them that comes with the injection mold. So when they pull it out, it helps. It's a releasing agent, I guess, that gets them out of the mold easier. But you don't want that on there, or the paint will have trouble sticking. So if you scrub them off kind of good, they should be good to go. But other than that, no, this is a very nice model. So yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe I'll try to work on that one. I don't know when. She's not high on my priority list, but she is cool. And I am doing some, the campaign we're doing is kind of a undead kind of thing. So, it's what do you call it? Demons and bad guys, and demons and monsters. Demons and monsters and creatures, oh my! Demons and monsters and devils, oh my! Demons, devils, and witches, oh my! That would be really better, huh? Demons, devils, and witches, oh my! Are there witches? Yeah, there are some witches in this campaign. It is. I made witches be in it because I changed it. So these are my new myconids, or mushroom men as they call them. There is some mold lines around the outside. They don't look too bad, and they're in a good place, so you can probably scrape them off pretty well. But usually if they're on this side, they're probably on this side too, but you know, I don't actually see much. A little bit on the arm here. Should be a pretty easy cleanup process. A little bit on the foot. It's like they're mostly in the front though for some reason. I would probably have to do some cleanup on him. He's got some, but otherwise they're pretty good. I'm not too fond of the detail in the face. He just seems kind of flat. Things aren't very. I mean, they're there, but I mean, what do you expect? He's a mushroom. How much detail is there on a mushroom? Same with him, but he's got enough detail that I think it'll work when I put some stuff on. Put the right shading and junk on him. This one's going to need some trim around the top of his head because he's got the mold lines around the outside. But again, adequate. I think once painted, they'll look all right. I'm not sure what I expect from the details of a mushroom dude. I mean, probably not a lot of texture because mushrooms are probably pretty smooth. And these here on the back are just supposed to be like pieces of mushroom sticking out of him because he's a mushroom man. Alright, let's look at this girl. I know, I'm way past my bedtime. Look at it. Ken, you're gonna have a hard time getting up in the morning, man, if you keep staying up. I know. What did I do today? I did a chest workout today. Chest, tris, and shoulders. I mean, tris are pretty much a given if you do chest and shoulders. I don't even know why you have to call it chest. The only reason I think it was called chest, tris, and shoulders is because you do one tricep only exercise. But it was chest and shoulders. In fact, there was like one shoulder exercise, one tricep exercise, but we did chest and incline. I did the body beast up chest tri thing. Another one I've already streamed before, so that's why I can stream it. So this is my succubus. She will look much better with her wings. Right now she just kind of looks right. If I looked at her like right now, she'd still have to be kind of a weird undead character because her head is weird. Well, no, I guess it is kind of leaning forward, kind of strange. But really, she just looks kind of like a thief of some kind. It's kind of funny though. If you look at her, this is one of the things about injection molding. Characters tend to be made flat. That's what makes them come off of the injection mold. Now, metal minis, like I said, especially in the past, were very much like that. It was hard to get a 3D effect out of injection molds because of their their two pieces. They're flat. So you can have a little forward and a little back, but you couldn't have like cool forward motiony positions because there's too many problems when it comes out of the mold. It would get caught. You can't get it off with the plastic. There's too many issues. So what you have to do is to either do things like this to get 3D effects. Like if you want the wings, you can't inject them on because they'd be attached, and these guys would have a 3D effect that would not set inside of a mold. So you have to say, well, we'll print the wings separate, and you can add them later. Okay, so that's what these are for, and that's why they have these extra bits. And that's why you have to assemble a lot of the really cool models are multiple part because they print the parts that are going to give you that cool 3D formation. Otherwise, you get this flat thing. So you got a lot of poses where people are like sword out here and sword over their head and swords, always off to the side or in front of them, which really is never an attacking position, right? Unless they are solely in an attacking position, and then there's something like this, and they're fully sideways, and one arm's way out and one arm's way back. And so it's just some interesting things that they have to do to try to keep it flat. And so you get weird poses like this. Really what she looks like right here, she's like somebody who's like, you're walking along and then she jumps out, surprise. She just, surprise, and just kind of jumps over to the side. Look at me with my two swords. I'm gonna fly right by you. Don't mind me. Just trying to shock you. That's what she looks like. She looks like she's trying to say, hello, you didn't see me coming, did you? But other than that, her detail is very decent, I guess. Once I paint, I'll get a better gist of what her face looks like. She does have some mold lines as well, like right on her arm here. It seems to be a common thing. I mean, mold lines are what you're going to see with a lot of injection molding. It's the places that bother to clean it up. She's got some kind of, I don't know if that's, I was going to say that was just junk, but no, it's actually got some kind of writing on her swords. Yeah. One good thing is if things get bent like this, like her sword is kind of crooked, you just fix it. It's one thing nice about metal, you could just bend it back. As long as you don't do it too many times, because then it will break. Alright, so now my ghoulie bag. Again, all this stuff, these ghoulie bags, there was like I said, there was like 4 freebies in the 4 freebies in this when you hit $40. This is one of the minis, and because it's October, they have their ghoulie bag, and they throw in a couple of paints and a bunch of candy. Now, this candy is not my thing. I mean, I'm not big on regular candy. I like chocolate. So as you can see, no chocolate. So I'm going to have to mark you down, Reaper. It'll probably be like at least a 1 or a 2 point less. I would have probably given you let's say an 8 for this. All these pieces. It's going to have to be a 6 now. Sorry, Reaper. There's no chocolate in your candy bag. I know it could have melted, but you could have put it in with some hot ice, kept it cold. But hey, that's how you want to play it. You're gonna get a less review. Sorry, this is how it goes. I'm vindictive that way. Just kidding. I don't actually give rating numbers. If that's kind of sort of not true. I mean, I usually just say who I think are good and who are bad, and I'll tell you, Reaper, you're great, man. Your minis are decent. They're certainly no for what you're paying on them. There's not a lot of places out there do a better job, and you can't beat your customer service. So, I mean, it's not like Reaper's ever gonna watch my stream. They're like, it's like, who, what? Like nobody over there is gonna watch my stream. They don't. Maybe someday when I've got 1,000 people on a daily watchers. I don't know what these job busters. Job buster. Well, hey, the trick-or-treaters will enjoy it. Or my kids. Or one of my kids will eat it. Hey, and you gave candy, which I didn't buy, so as far as I'm concerned, it's just value added, right? Somebody will get pleasure out of that candy. Trust me, it'll get eaten. Somebody somewhere is gonna get that candy, and it's gonna be my kids, or it's gonna be somebody else's kids. All right, Hag. Now I bought her for one reason. Oh, actually, no, she was in the ghoulie bag, and I actually wanted her from the ghoulie bag. Good grief, her pants are falling down. Girl, pull up your pants. I was going to say, is her pants falling down, or has she got some just strange tight pants? Here it looks like pants. And there's no... Oh, no, wait, there is. The whole stream of the pant goes around here. So, her pants are falling down. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. That's going to be an odd thing. It's like she's got plumber's crack going. She's a ghoul, but she just looks like a hag, right? I don't know who did this. The artist is Jason. Jason. I don't know. Reaper USA. Jason something or other. I trim off the extra so I can put it on flex iron. But if I was to say, beyond the falling down pants, what the heck is that? Okay. I don't know what that is. What the heck is that thing? I don't think that's supposed to be there. I mean, she's got her staff that she's going around. Her hand is wrapped around the staff, but I don't know what that is. That's that is definitely some weird. That is a bug, a bug in a bug in the design of this character. She's got some nasty belly hanging out. Yeah, she's just one old kind of creepy looking hag. Should probably paint her up for something. Oh yeah, she's got a shrunken head. What is it with shrunken heads? How do they even do that? I mean, that's a shrunken head with weird like body tail thing. I don't know those feet. Don't know what those are coming off of it. This character is kind of cool. Face is done well. Basket and back is done. The rope is good. She's got like weird. Don't know what those are. Mushrooms hanging off of her belt. And is that a wooden stake? Don't know what that is. And those things, onions, tomatoes hanging off of her staff. Um, but if I had to say, I don't. Her her muscles are weird. I mean, granted, she's not muscular, right? She's just a ghoul. So, what can I expect? Anyway, so she's pretty good though. I mean, I don't see anything significantly wrong except for that one weird thing which I'm gonna have to cut off because that will drive me bonkers. This little knobbity McKnob knob. What is that, man? Sorry, I don't know what that's supposed to be. I hope it's not important because it's leaving. Actually shot into my mouth. Nice. Nice. I don't know what that was. But there was no other pieces in that guy, so I don't know what that was supposed to be. There was nothing showing that she's supposed to have something glued on there or anything like that. And I don't know what on earth she would glue on there. So, yeah. See, and then her fingers are all warped out. Look, you can't even see the tips of her fingers. So, yeah, this character's got a little bit of flaws going on her, but she was a freebie. But I think this is a freebie that was kind of the selling point for the month stuff, and she's supposed to be a Bones Black, which is supposed to be uh, pretty high quality. So this one kind of missed the boat a little bit because of this piece. It's a weird miss. It's like you don't want the staff to be in front of the fingers because that's weird. All right, well, it's better. Better than it was. That said, that's it for me, troops. I have to hit the hay. That's my review, Reaper Minis, my purchased up, my newest set of things to do. And I will have to start that other mini. Let's see, tomorrow's Wednesday. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get in a session or two. I keep planning to do a noon session, noon to 1, but stuff always comes up, like Marble Snap. I start playing Marble Snap at like 11:50, and I end up playing till 12:40. Oh, too late to do painting. So, no, I got to stop that. Anyway, TDL, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Come and keep me company. make me pay attention to my chat, which is something I have got to do better. I actually have been looking into another thing I want to buy. I actually have it in my wish list. I've had it in there for a couple of years now, and I just haven't paid it for it. And it was on sale today because of the Amazon, what do you call it, Prime Day? And it was like Uber Prime deal. I was like, it was like a normally 200 and some dollar monitor. Now it's only like a 15-inch monitor, but it's a remote monitor. It's USB-C that I could like sit right here in front of me or have it back there with me when I'm doing stuff and just have like my chat up just on that screen. That's what I would like it for. Cause I have my monitor here, but sometimes I have to turn my head. I can't just have it like right in front of me. Like if I'm talking to you, it'd be nice to have my chat right there, right in front of the camera. So if I put it over there, chat's in front of there, so I can look and feel like I'm addressing the audience, you. so, so yeah, not a lot done today. Not really painting, but it was a review day. I will probably take a couple pictures of these guys, review them for and update it, and probably turn it into just a regular stream, like I need to do for about 2 or 3 of my other streams that I've done recently that need to be edited and pulled in. I've actually been looking at some Fiverr folks that said that they'll do stream editing for decent prices, $10, 15, 20, for little amounts, or just do it my way, which I just cut out the crap where I'm not talking about anything or not doing anything, and then set it up again. So till next time, you take it easy.